What does it mean for an ingredient to be safe? Skincare product marketers want you to regard the word safe as synonymous with good for you. But what safe really means in the context of weird ingredients that are probably kind of bad for you in products that you put on your face every day is it won't kill you right now, probably. There are 4 types of ingredients used in conventional skincare, besides the active ingredients: preservatives, emulsifiers, surfactants, and emollients. Preservatives inhibit microbial growth. They eradicate bacteria in the bottle. Synthetic fragrance even uses preservatives to hold the scent on your skin. Our skin has a microbiome, so something that is designed to kill bacteria in the bottle is also going to kill beneficial bacteria on our skin. There are many types of preservatives: parabens, isopropyl alcohols, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, salicylic acid, benzoic acid, sorbic acid, DMDM, hydantoin, diazolidinyl urea, imidazolidinyl urea, quaternium 15, sodium hydroxymethylglycinate, 2-bromo-2-nitropropane 1,3-diol, etc. Why do these sound like the names of demons? Parabens are used in personal care products because they inhibit microbial growth, so you don't want to put something on your face that has bacteria growing in it, and they increase the product's shelf life. Another touted benefit is that they keep active ingredients in your skincare stable. And this is especially true for products that are like in pots where you're dipping your fingers into it. This discussion will be mostly around parabens. Parabens are banned in the EU, and this is due mostly to a 2004 study published in the Journal of Applied Toxicology, which suggested a correlation between parabens and breast cancer. They found parabens in tumors, and the research suggested that paraben is a xenoestrogen, so it's a substance that mimics estrogen in the body, which means that it disrupts your hormonal function. However, the FDA allows them to be used in the United States. Parabens have been banned in the EU since 2015. Anyway, all the literature I come across that's like conventional skincare community websites say that parabens are believed to be endocrine disruptors. There's not conclusive evidence. So that means that they're probably safe. What does safe mean to you? And let's interrogate what safe means to them. So the FDA does not believe that parabens present a danger to our health when used in cosmetics. So the FDA says they're fine. The FDA has allowed a lot of things to be approved that aren't really fine. One example is in cotton that is sprayed with chemicals, so cotton that's not organic. Traces of dioxides are found in cotton, which are toxic. And the EPA considers dioxides unacceptable. It's unacceptable for humans to be exposed to dioxides to any degree. But the FDA allows them in products like tampons. So that's weird. Another example, I'm sure there are lots of examples. I could probably do a 2-hour video on things the FDA approved that turned out to be not good for you or even really dangerous. Another thing that the FDA approved was Olestra was approved for the use in snack foods in 1996. And later it was found to have correlations with things like anal leakage and also inhibiting the absorption of certain vitamins. But the FDA said that it meets the safety standards and there's reasonable certainty of no harm. So we have a government agency that's meant to protect us from snake oil salesmen approving things on reasonable certainty of no harm. That makes me go on a tangent about networks of trust. Because of course, if you trust the farmer down the street to sell you some grapes, you have reasonable certainty that those grapes aren't going to cause you harm because you know that guy and you bought his grapes before. And that is trust. But when trust becomes artificial, like by a giant government agency that's meant to protect us, but maybe now has other priorities, then what the term trust really means starts to degrade because you're supposed to just trust that agency. Just wait till trust becomes tokenized on the smart contract layer of the Ethereum blockchain. Anyway, so an agency originally meant to protect us now might have other priorities because they've approved weird things. But parabens are approved by the FDA and they're not approved by the European Union. So why do you need parabens? Perhaps you're clutching your paraben-filled products and you won't allow me to pry them from your cold dead hands. And that's okay. You can do whatever you want. But is it actually helping you? So this 2004 paper, apparently a study of about 20 patients, and they found parabens in breast cancer tissue. I keep coming across this one study from 2004, but I'm not coming across other studies, and that makes me go back to the large institutions question. What studies are getting funded? Because cosmetic companies and pharmaceutical companies are in the business of getting studies funded about their thing. But like celery, the vegetable, is not getting any studies funded. Considered sattvic in the Ayurvedic tradition, celery juice could be like a peace-promoting beverage, but there are no studies on the sattvic qualities of celery. So did they do any more studies? I don't know if they did. If they did and you know about them, please link them in the comments below. But what I'm suggesting is studies that aren't convenient to what products are being sold are not done, especially when it comes to banning an ingredient that disrupts the whole paradigm of shelf life and cosmetics to begin with. In one article I read, a dermatologist who owns a hair care company said that parabens are usually well tolerated, other than the possible health concerns listed above, the estrogen mimicking quality and their presence in breast cancer tissue. Parabens are usually well tolerated. I don't want to put something on my skin that's well tolerated. Anything I put on my skin, I want to be helpful and not harmful. I want it to support all the other things I'm doing for my skin to look good. Parabens don't do that. There is evidence that they probably are a xenoestrogen and probably have something to do with the development of certain cancers. Anyway, this same person who says that parabens are well tolerated does not use them in their company. They stay away from them. That's an interesting set of viewpoints to hold concurrently. Literature I came across that was like, this dermatologist says that parabens are probably fine, but they don't use it in their skincare company. I came across that a lot, and I also came across that parabens are probably safe for you to use. And if you don't want to use them, that's up to you. That's your personal choice. There are plenty of products now that don't have parabens. So that's a strange position to take also. Like, well, if you're a superstitious dum-dum and you don't trust that we're saying it's safe, go ahead and buy many of the products we also make as an industry that we've labeled as paraben-free. So in another article I read, they said that they found parabens in marine mammals, and they know that the cause is the rise in the use of parabens in personal care products by humans since the 1950s. But they also said, like, we haven't found any evidence that they're harmful to the marine animals we found the parabens in. So again, are they doing any studies? They should be doing these studies over and over and over. Again, if you know of studies such as this, please link them in the comments below. So parabens, because they're designed to inhibit microbial growth. In addition to inhibiting the microbial growth that helps your skin look great and be healthy, they can be severely drying and they can alter the pH of your skin. And then on top of these things, there's evidence to suggest that they're endocrine disrupting. So your hormones are a delicate balance, they're quite magical, and this disrupts your hormonal system. And some parabens have been shown to potentially contribute to breakouts and irritating reactions. But I don't know, maybe it's like the essential oils, they're just using the parabens wrong. So we are familiar with the discussion around preservatives in food. If we have a bag of chips that has an infinite shelf life, we kind of side-eye that these days as like a preferred and consistent source of nutrition. And we know that just because Whole Foods or Erewhon carries a product doesn't mean it's actually good for you. So things labeled natural and organic really don't mean a whole lot when it comes to skincare products. From the book Skin Cleanse, which is a book that I love, that I'll link below. The author says, no one has ever found coconut oil in a tumor, but they have found parabens in tumors. So something that's not even assimilated by your body, it's just like it gets in there and it hangs out in your body, and that's supposed to be okay because they haven't found the inconclusive evidence that it's not okay. But I think something that you allow into your body that then just hangs out in your body and does whatever and is not assimilated in a nutritious way is going to cause a problem. That's a problematic paradigm. When you start to change your diet, you start to eat much more simply. You don't need a bunch of complicated recipes. Throughout a season, you get a little bit of variety. You come to find out that it's not rocket science. All the things that are offered in restaurants are there to get you excited about eating there. But when you're eating for health and for beauty, it's really pretty simple, the things you're eating. They don't need all these different types of sauces and garnishes. you're just eating a few ingredients. Skincare is the same. You don't need all these products. You don't need all these steps. You don't need a complicated regimen. You just need oil and water. You cleanse with oil, you moisturize with oil or some sort of like fatty butter like coconut oil or shea butter, and that's it. You mix the oil with water. That's what becomes a lotion. Then you don't need emulsifiers or preservatives. Lab ingredients can be helpful for some things, but I don't want to put them on my skin because the way my skin looks does not come from what I put on it. Everything complicated that skincare product formulators are saying are going to be miracles and innovations for the surface of my skin is a ruse. That's not where good-looking skin comes from. Another lie in the form of natural products are in some essential oils, which are nature identicals. Some essential oils are compounds synthesized in a lab to be very, very close to the smell and consistency and chemical makeup of essential oils. And then they're sold as essential oils, but they are nature identicals, and they're labeled identical, but they're not identical. An essential oil that is distilled from a plant is so much more complicated than anything that could be synthesized in a lab. So these doctors talking about parabens on the beauty industry funded educational website say that parabens are naturally found in nature, and they naturally occur in many fruits and vegetables, and they're also formed in our body by the breakdown of amino acids. A sentence in one of these articles I read said that the parabens used in cosmetics are identical to those parabens found in nature, and that they're eliminated by the body very quickly, even though they found parabens in tumors. And then she notes that the parabens in commercial skincare products are created in a lab. They are synthetic. Anything synthetic that is made to replicate something from nature is not going to replicate it exactly. It's going to be an imitation. And with that imitation comes effects that are different from the version of the product from nature. Nature holds complexity that you cannot replicate in a lab. So do you need any of this? Are you at some risk if you cut parabens out of your skincare routine? First of all, as the people on the beauty industry funded educational website keep pointing out, there are plenty of products that don't contain parabens, but they use other preservatives. They have to use a preservative in a product that contains water, if it's water-based or water held in an emulsion with an oil or fat, because the presence of the water is what makes the bacteria want to grow. But you don't need that. That whole paradigm is wrong. You just need oil and water. Take some oil, shea butter, cacao butter, olive oil if it's real olive oil and it's not rancid, jojoba, whatever. Put a little bit in the palm of your hand, drench it with a few sprays of spring water from a glass bottle, mix that in your hands and apply it to your face as you would a lotion. And you don't need any of this garbage. One of the benefits that parabens are supposed to bring is that they keep active ingredients in your skincare stable, but you don't even need active ingredients. There are some things you could use, some botanicals that you could use in a medicinal capacity, but it's a little different from like, oh, my skin needs all these active compounds to look good. Your skin looks good because of your lifestyle choices over time, not because of what you put on it. Parabens are probably harmful. Why would you put something that is probably harmful on your face? And then their very function indicates that they're harmful for your skin because their function in the bottle is to annihilate bacteria. So when you're putting it on your face, you're annihilating the bacteria on your face, and you're creating this loop of sensitizing your skin, creating other problems that might come from the imbalance and dysbiosis of annihilating your skin's natural healthy flora that will then give you insecurities that will make you feel like you need new products, or you have this new skin problem that another product can solve, but that's a product that contains parabens and you're annihilating your skin's flora. So oil and water, that's it, and change your lifestyle. In cosmetic marketing materials, they want safe to be synonymous with good for you. But that form of safe, like the type of safe approved by the FDA, what does it mean for an ingredient to be safe? Skincare product marketers want you to regard the word safe as synonymous with good for you. But what safe really means in the context of weird ingredients that are probably kind of bad for you in products that you put on your face every day is it won't kill you right now, probably. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel, as that helps me to create more videos. And subscribe to my newsletter, which is weird and not like any other newsletter you've ever read in your life. Goodbye.